some Arabs that don't even pray in the same mosque as some with the African ones, and there are more African Muslims than there are fucking Arab.
Oh yeah,
way more.
Mostly
In Nigeria, are you kidding me? And Indonesians have the most Muslims. But it's like, why wouldn't you pray next to? It's rough.
It's skin color, it really is, and I think we're seeing that even now, just the way it's being portrayed in the media, where it seems like brown are bad, white is good, and it's sad and unfortunate.
Yeah. Go and open them up, put them in a pot, rinse them off.
I'd be like, yeah. People against each other for money. I mean, for like, that's what you're. It's a puppeteer.
In every conflict, there are people who make money off the status quo, right? There's people who are invested. And look at, we're not just talking about people in power, we're also talking about the activists on both sides. People who are professional activists are invested in there being a conflict. Because if there weren't a conflict, they'd be out of a job. So there's a lot of people, there's people who are on the Israeli and the Palestinian side who actively really want to work for peace. And there's people on both sides who actively really want to be the status quo.
Have a job. Yeah, but I'm Al Sharpton got stabbed in the chest marching. So whatever the fact that it's old age, so I'm a job. I know what I'm saying. Right. But I mean, I don't think that we should go. There's a conflict. So I'm gonna make these may find themselves in a situation creating a conflict.
And they will watch a
seasoning
video of Israeli bombing the shit out of Gaza, and they'll be like, you see how good our weapons are? You should buy them. These surveillance weapons that are used on Palestinians are being used on fucking all of us to keep tabs on who we are. People, I'm sure you guys have heard of Pegasus.
Yeah.
There are plenty
Israel created Pegasus.
Yeah.
What?
Absolutely.
What I'm saying, I didn't apparatus, there would be so much more terrorism. You know that when they built the defense
there is still terrorism. I guess everything Israel's doing wasn't good enough.
You know what? When they built the defense wall, after they did that, terrorist attacks went down by 90%. 90%. They had to do. These are security measures that had to be done for the protection of civilians. It just had to be done.
Okay, that's fine. But how does expanding illegal settlements help secure Israel, the people of Israel?
I am not in favor of the expansion of settlements. I think that is antagonistic, needlessly antagonistic.
So you don't think that Gaza is occupied, but are you against the occupation of the West Bank?
Gaza is not occupied.
Okay, but
because
are
they
you
stopped
against
being
the
occupied in
occupation of the
2005.
West Bank?
So what's the definition of occupation?
The literal definition of occupation is that you have to be in a place to occupy it. Israel is not in Gaza.
Yep.
Only Gazans are. So it is not occupied.
Who has control over
Gaza, also Egypt, Israel, which obviously
Israel has its
2 million.
So that's not occupation.
No, because we close our borders to Canada.
Israel
close our borders
water,
to
the
Mexico.
Fuel, the electricity. That's not occupation.
Israel gives Gaza water,
and then turns
electricity, and medicine because their own leaders won't give it to them. Their own leaders prefer to have billions of dollars rather than provide their own people with medicine and hospitals. So Israel has
there's some truth to what you're saying, but it's bullshit to say that the whole reason the Palestinian people are suffering is just because of their corrupt
So what happened before Hamas? What's the excuse then? Who was Israel fighting? Before Hamas was only like 30 years old.
Israel, what are you talking about?
Hamas was formed in 1987. In 1986, who was Israel fighting?
Israel, when Israel at its inception, before Israel was even a fully formed state, it was immediately attacked by 6 major Arab armies.
Because they were somewhere they shouldn't have been.
All the way around them, but they were there, and it's fucked up to attack civilians. It's fucked up to attack people.
It's also fucked up to colonize another country.
And you said it yourself. So you can't have it both ways.
Civilians in 1948
You just cut those green peppers up, like,
just
split them up, make smaller.
armies that went there to clear out the land.
Why did they organize militias. They don't get there as militias. Yes, they organize militias.
What do you mean? Have you heard of the Stern Gang? Have you heard of Leahy, who was teaming up with the Nazis?
They formed militias in order to defend themselves from Arab attacks. When you are being attacked, you form a militia. So you can say, what's the chicken, what's the egg? When the Jews got there, they were immediately attacked.
When they got there, being on the offense.
They immediately were, when they got there as
propaganda, just like the name of their military. The IDF, Israeli Defense Force, even though they're on the offensive like 90% of the time.
Let's just say this. When the Jews
Yeah,
got
those
to
two.
Israel, they got there as refugees from the hostage.
About half, not half.
So a Zionist is sort of like
It's a government
Zionism just means that the Jews are entitled to their own country and self-determination.
entitled.
Yes, to their own country and no matter
It's a
what
nationalism movement.
Because yes,
at the expense of the Palestinians.
And we will do it by any means necessary.
At the expense of the Palestinians.
They have offered Palestinians statehood.
Why do they have to come
5
out
times?
First of all,
And they said no.
Oh, but they almost had it until Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated by who? An Israeli extremist. So to say that we offer them 5 times, they offered it on Israel's terms. That Palestine needs to submit to what Israel's willing to offer.
Was Yitzhak Rabin
Palestinians
Because
so
he was
much
trying to
land.
create peace between Israel and...
Oh, they didn't like that. They was like, we don't like that you trying to be fair.
Yeah.
Because when you guys said, I was like, what the
Why
fuck?
have you acknowledged that Israel's colonized Palestine?
Extremists. And here's the thing: when he
It was just somebody pissed at what he was saying.
and when he did that, when he offered that, when he said, "This is what we're willing to give up," the Israelis said, "You've gone too far." But he said, "No, this is what has to be
Go ahead
done."
and get
We have to give up certain
measuring cup. Measuring cup.
Let
Water.
someone just say a sentence. When he offered them, when it was offered, okay, in these negotiations, and they said no, the Israelis were against it because they said this is too much. You've gone too far. You can't have 90%.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be enough, right? Yeah, you're right.
And
A
they
cup.
said no. So how many times can you sit down at a table with someone and try to end a conflict and they say no before some of the responsibility is on them? But for some of the responsibility is also on them.
One
How
more.
many times?
But what are they
Israel
offering
is
Palestine? Are they giving them bullshit? And you're like, no.
Yeah,
They're giving them
It's like the actors and the writers strike.
They're giving them a state. And by the way, there are
7%.
region.
And how much do they have?
93.
But do you know where
Yeah, go and get
came from?
the
They
beef
are
broth
originally
situation.
Jordanian.
Go and put
And
that in
Jordan
there.
didn't want them. Egypt didn't want them. There are 1.8 billion Arabs in the world, and none of them will help the Palestinians.
We had our own country.
Why? Why is that?
We had
Why
our own
is
country
that?
called Palestine.
But they came from Jordan. They're Jordanian.
And where did the Jews come from? Poland and Europe.
Jordan expelled
And Russia.
them because they didn't want them.
Where did the Jews come from?
And then Egypt.
No one wanted the Jews either after World War II.
Is it Hungary, Russia, Poland?
Until it's emerged.
Brooklyn.
Germany.
Well, it's true. There's
So probably
15% of the settlers. So the illegal
Where did the Jews
settlers
come
are
And
Americans.
14
Where did the
million
Jews come from?
And 14 million
Where did the Jews come from?
There's that great
Israel.
video of a Jew
So
from
Israel
Brooklyn
came from
kicking somebody
Israel
out
that
of
took over.
kicking a Palestinian out of their home, and they're like, "Why are you doing this?" And the American Jew from Brooklyn's like, "If I don't do it, another Jew like me is going to come and take it out." There are organizations that
Open
are
the refrigerator for me.
actively trying to get Palestinians out
A
of
little
their
small
land
jar seated on
and
the
replace
door.
those
Looks like
lands.
a little bit left. It's upside down.
Damn. That's like
And
Brooklyn.
there are also
That's
activists
like
that are
Crown
taking
Heights.
Put some water in there for me and shake it up. Pour it in there.
Why hasn't she just confirmed that Israel colonized Palestine, which is a fact? Can you agree that that's a fact or not?
How can people who are
If
indigenous to
they're
a land
occupying
colonize it?
90-something%, that's an occupation.
But
That's
if they're but
colonization.
how is it colonization
That's
when you're indigenous to that
colonization.
place?
Palestine,
How is that
Palestinians are
possible?
indigenous.
How
Wait,
is
wait, wait,
it
wait.
possibly being
Wait, I'm
occupied
asking.
when you are
I'm asking,
indigenous
are
for
Ashkenazis
3,000 years?
You know what?
Time has passed.
White
It's crazy to say
Australians say
otherwise.
they're indigenous to Australia, and they're not. You know, the Aborigines are indigenous to that, but the British prisoners that stayed there and decimated, they say,
I'm American.
"Oh, this right here is where I'm from."
That's okay. They say that and they're wrong, but there is actual archaeological evidence that Jews existed in Israel 2,000 years ago.
The people existed in there.
Go ahead, open that hot sauce, pour some hot sauce in there for me.
It was their
In that-
homeland.
wait,
They are indigenous to that
If we're doing
land.
anthropology,
It's
I know they didn't look like you,
It's
Karen.
exactly that.
If we're talking anthropology,
I'm half Iraqi.
No, hold on. I didn't know that. If we're anthropologically, if we're talking
Yeah, put the rest
about
of it in there.
Israel, which is still kind of landmass connected to Africa,
Yeah.
they didn't look like that. Back then, hell no. Hell no, they didn't look like you.
They look like you.
Jews look like a lot of different things.
No.
Yeah.
Listen,
He's going to get the wood spoon and get stirred up for me.
There's a lot of
I don't know.
Now, that's what they say about the Egyptians.
Always
when
not.
the Egyptians say that they're not black. When they say that they're not black, it's what you're talking
Egyptians were
about.
black until Arabs came over.
The Greeks,
They were
and then they had-
Ashkenazi.
Yeah, because even
That's okay.
I even argue.
But they are now.
I argue with my friend. You know, he's a white Jewish guy. You know, he goes, "Yeah, we built the pyramids." No, not you.
You didn't.
Motherfucker, look where you built. Look at us. We the ones that you couldn't take that heat. Man, fuck out of here.
The fact that you can't acknowledge the fact that Palestine's being occupied by Israel just shows how much intelligence you
Of course
lack.
it's not.
How ignorant
Because
you are.
Jews
Oh, put a little salt and pepper in there, a little boom, and a little bit of olive oil.
Denying
It goes against reason.
She's
Let's not call each
denying.
other
She's denying
It's insane.
my people's
Yeah.
existence. Do you know how highly offensive that is when they're
No, I
when they're
understand
trying to
your
ethnically
anger.
cleanse us?
Yeah,
because
that's
No one denied your people's existence.
you just said that it was Israel and it wasn't Palestine.
I said
You're saying that we
there
were
are two,
Jordanian.
Nina, if you actually closed your mouth and opened your ears, you would have heard that I said there are
Yep.
two nations.
Oh shit, I
living
forgot
there.
to.
There are
Like I
two
said, a little
full
bit of olive
nations
oil.
living there, and they
Don't
have
forget
no
the
choice. At
mint
this point, you can say
garlic,
whatever history.
you know.
You're the one who brought up
You can say
3,000
that.
years ago.
You can. That's right, because Jews are indigenous
It's
to
only
Israel.
100. This
But
whole
I mean,
process
the,
is
you
it's
can bring up
100
you can
years
bring
old.
up history as much as
1900.
you
Isn't
want.
that-
Let's talk about what's happening now.
Oh,
There are
vegetable
two
oil. No,
nations
never
living
mind.
there
That's
who need
bugged
to
out.
find
No,
a
never
way
mind.
to
No,
live
no,
in
no.
peace.
That's bugged out.
It's
So how about
imperative.
Israel stops obliterating
Because if
Gaza
they
and
don't,
we'll start the peace talks?
if the Palestinians also stop terrorizing the Jews, we can talk about peace.
What in 2018 when they marched for their freedom peacefully, why didn't the Jews be like, okay, let's talk and let's do something peaceful?
They have
right from your phone. With Vroom, you never have to haggle or negotiate your price with the car. You know you're getting the best. Best of all, when you buy a car, they'll deliver it straight to you. Plus, all cars on Vroom.com come with a 20-day limited warranty and 1 year of nationwide roadside assistance, giving you peace of mind while you're moving. Not only can you buy a car on Vroom.com, but you can also sell a second-hand old car too. No more driving around and paying appraisals aren't sure are fair value. You sell your car to Vroom in an instant. offer as little as $2. Vroom is a better way to buy and sell used cars. So head over to vroom.com now. See what your current price or check out thousands of cars to find your next one. That's vroom.com. Vroom.com.
I just want to say, when I was over there, I saw this projection. It was like, this Israeli kid is missing. Like, we want to go to yes, we want to go all the Israeli children home. Like I said, I hope Israel can bomb the shit out of them and kill them. What about, why is that also showing images of the Palestinians? Why do we have to be so divided and so tribal about it?
What's wrong? Snake! Snake!
For trading good favor with media companies for favors, and he's trying to change the judicial system in Israel so he doesn't go to jail for the corruption charge.
I see this, because I was like, because these politicians are so fucking divisive. What if he said, let's create some shit so I can look like a hero to get out of this shit that I'm in a deep shit.
That's not the hero he wants to look like. He wants to look like a hero to the Israel people in Palestine, and he takes them back.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Because he's on this pressure of going to jail. I might be wrong.
Netanyahu has no interest in peace. Netanyahu has no
The
interest.
Israeli military is one of the smartest in the world. They have the best interest. They know if someone takes a shit in Gaza, they have it on record.
They're killing Iranians on
You guys do not know that Hamas is going to come in and attack is a load of bullshit. That's why they call it Israel 9/11. They want to ground stations and displace people. There's Israeli generals right now. I have a video that I saw. Erase the wall, erase the memory, and get rid of every single one of us. They're calling it the next republic. So for them to say that they do something.
Well, that doesn't mean it's a false flag.
The only thing I can say is that it's such a nuance. It's such a
100%, and it's very complicated.
We all agree with it. But I think that we all the majority of
It's so frustrating to hear you say that because why doesn't that mean that the Palestinians should have that for 75 years? They should have that.
they look like her. Obviously.
I agree with you 100%, but everyone just wants to. So I'd like to know what you guys have to turn on because ways of power.
Are you serious on asking me about Palestinian civilians? What's
electricity or water to my enemy. If anyone else wants, that's fine. We're not responsible. This is the point. I want to tell you, no, listen to me. I want to tell you, listen to me. Already stop, please. It's nothing about shit. It's my conversation about a very serious situation. Absolutely not. Because I can tell you that when we fighting the Nazis no one asked us why not prison. Was the Nazis targeting London if you targeted the West? Shame on you if you go on. That's all the parents talking about that.
Snake, that's the door to the walkway. It won't open, even if I use the card. Huh? Oh, that's right, I totally forgot.
And we're telling Hamas
That door sometimes gets frozen shut because it's so cold outside.
and you're going to
Next
shoot
time,
at us
tell me
using
beforehand.
human shields.
So what should I do? It's impossible to open from the inside. They always use C4 or something from the outside.
From the outside? You can't open it from the inside?
I'm sorry, it's impossible. But don't worry, you'll get through. There are two walkways that connect Tower A and Tower B. The other one's on the roof. You should just use the walkway on the roof.
All right, we'll stop. We'll leave it there. That's much better.
Well, it's a conversation that Friday can have. Just don't like that. I don't give a fuck. No, everyone is all. That's 16 or 17.
Did you serve in the military, Karen?
No, I'm not
Oh.
yeah, no, they don't need to.
Right, no, I know. I didn't.
Crazy. But yeah, of course there wouldn't be enough people even have military if they didn't have a draft.
Well, what do they have? Like 170,000 people, I believe, in their military, and then, okay, when it comes to militants and monsters,
Israel has one of that too. Israel has the vast
when you get impoverished,
they know what they're targeting. They know what they're targeting. For them, they know what they're targeting. For them to not, for them to
I don't think they are targeting purposely kills them understands the time.
They don't give a shit. They are trying to neutralize Hamas, and the unfortunate reality of
So everybody just bombing whatever in their way.
doesn't give a fuck about their own people. They stack their
And
people
Israel
away.
cares so much about
They care more than the Palestinian government leadership does. They stack their people on top of where they stand their bombs. What kind of a leadership is that? That's willing to sacrifice their people like lambs.
Again, we're holding them up to our Western standards.
Why should we not hold them to human standards? And why should we not? Why haven't you spoke about the Palestinian civilians once? All you've been talking about. I'm talking about Palestinian civilians. That's wrong. I'm talking about how we're taking away from Hamas. How many times have I brought up the Palestinians? Non-stop. They're suffering in something that you also did. I brought them up about it. I was absolutely people who are oppressed by their own leadership.
Exactly. That's right. So let's just come off the equation. That's
Pedophiles suck too.
Why am I crawling?
Come on. Come on.
If you go down, it'll talk about Abner Cohen and how he went on record saying that he...
It emerged.
And of course, this is Wikipedia.
Which is what? Crowdsourced, yeah.
If you go down, it's like it says, look up the clips from Abner Cohen is his name, and you can look it up. He says that's true, and Israel helped us.
They started people are the second they came to Israel.
Like around 40,000 in the military, but then about 50% of Gaza supports Hamas, but it's not like they have any choices, and Hamas is the only people that's fighting up Islam. They're only like defense.
Yes, they don't.
Hamas is all they have. All they have. So like, I think Hamas is a bunch of things. I think Hamas sucks. But imagine if you're people that are oppressed, watching your family die, you can't leave, and this is the whole people that are doing something about it. Like, let's of course they want these people. They can real fight. Hamas can't right. They thought that the PLO was like the Brotherhood. It was more
Snake, there's a walkway up on the roof.
Okay. Well, like, Israel was involved in this race shenanigans. We did the same thing to I would like to see that.
I keep forgetting to throw the stun grenades.
What about my cousin that got shot 3 days ago in the West Bank? What did you say about that?
How do you look at a group of people?
What about my cousin that got shot 3 days ago in the West Bank?
What about my family that was murdered a week ago? My family. Members of my family. Those are members of my family.
What about
You're talking about my cousin or my cousin? We get it.
No, you're talking about Hamas. I said my cousin in the West Bank is not part of Hamas. What about him getting murdered?
Where was he?
Why in the West Bank? Where was he? Unarmed in the street. street at a checkpoint. What did he do? Nothing. Just like what did George Floyd do?
It's horribly sad that both of your family members have died, and now we have to find a way to come together and stop the death. And we can point our fingers at Hamas all we want, but as long as Israel's occupying and oppressing people, not only their rights violated, but Israel will never be safe.
Israel is not occupying Gaza.
Okay, it's only being trapped by Gaza, suffocated by Gaza, what's called the
Like Jordan, like Egypt. Where's the responsibility there? Jordan expels Palestinians and forced them into Gaza. What are they talking about? The point of the Palestinians is squarely on Hamas, Jordan, Egypt. What about the entire Arab world? The entire Arab world. What about the Arabs? 1.8 billion Arabs. Will 0 of them help the Palestinians? What about the Arabs? What about the Arabs? What do you say about the I think that Israel has so much right to like I think Israel has more than stepping up more than they should. Jordan is the one that put them in there in the first place. So now they deserve to have to take it down. Israel deserves what to and it's their sources. The state of Israel dropped more bomb money than the state of Afghanistan in 1 year. Somebody needs to stop Hamas and it's not going to be the Palestinians. If it's not that, it will be Israel. Somebody needs to stop that. Yes, it can. It should be.
How they can't do anything.
Are you
trying to survive? Hamas is only existing because Palestinians would rather die on their feet than on their knees. That's why.
We're very glad that they have power. If we stood up and have the voice, why is that? Because they are their leaders. Why Hamas? This is funny. When your leadership has billions of dollars and your people have nothing, whose responsibility is that?
Wait, I thought we already accepted that Hamas is bad, and that Hamas is that's just part of it. And Hamas also doesn't. We've also agreed that Hamas doesn't give a fuck about Palestine.
What's up, Snake?
That still gives Palestinian nowhere to turn, and the fact that Israel is targeting Hamas.
There's a Chinese proverb: the mind cannot be in
That's the fourth one.
places at once. Make sure that you're not thinking of something else to
have surgical precision when they're using human shield.
Is it the human shield fault? Is it the human?
I'm sorry, but you guys notice the same language that's going on all the time. Rape, beheading, human shields. It's the same bullshit. It's the same propaganda.
Why is it impossible? Why is it so impossible? Nothing to the conversation. It's a bunch of bullshit. They just want to harm on people's emotions. Why is it so impossible to accept? When people call facts emotional, then we're in trouble.
Palestinian militant Hamas has carried out
This is
Canadian American leaders are always keen to tell us how dangerous and evil Hamas is. The humanity of Hamas.
I have no sympathy for Hamas.
Keep shedding even louder. Officially, Hamas was founded in 7, the start of the first violent uprising nation, but its roots were planted earlier. The Hamas founder Sheikh Ahmed Yassin was a half-blind, disabled Palestinian cleric and member of the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Egyptian in Gaza prior to 9/11. Once the Israelis invaded the Gaza Strip, they didn't just turn a blind eye to it.
Because they started waging war against the Israelis. Let's talk about that.
The Israelis undermined the power of the dominant power. At the time, the nationalist PLO, at the heart of which was the secular Fatah Party of Yasser Arafat, their patron.
It's a long way down. If only I had a rope. I should be able to use that rope I got.
What are you going to take on a hive with your bare hands? Now you're mine!
If I stay here, I'm finished.
So in 19 1978 when Yassine officially registered his nation. Hamas, Israeli Yassine and clubs and mosques, and Israel has projects. Politicians have no clue about any of this. Hamas was encouraged and started by Israel because they wanted Hamas to counteract.
Here's how to repel.
Arafat himself Hamas.
I mean, they built Hamas. That's the argument.
Here's how to repel. Press the X button to jump away from the wall. While you're away from the wall, press down on the directional button to drop down. If you jump while pressing right or left on the directional button, you can make a big jump in that direction.
Need a cup of cranberry juice.
the flag parade in Jerusalem, and you'll see hundreds of kids chanting.
But then your whole schools, here, I haven't said anything in a while. Your whole whataboutism, your whole what?
Israeli public schools do not do that. We do not do that. We do not radicalize our children.
No, everybody's fighting against each other. Everybody on each side is saying it because they're upset. It's like listen, it's like a sports game. I'm saying in sports team. I don't like the Raiders. Fuck Kansas City. It's the same shit. You know what I mean? I'm saying comparison. I was saying I was comparing his dehumanization of your people. I was just comparing them. I wasn't saying anything was great about it.
God damn, bro.
In the public schools, it's insane. The Jewish schools, the Israeli schools.
So you're saying Jews don't humanize Palestinians?
They do not teach their children.
You're saying like in yeshiva and stuff like that?
No. I mean in the
Public regular schools
of Israel.
You're saying Israeli schools.
They do teach that. Relax. So we are not talking about two.
You've been making the same point over and over and over again. But what you're saying is that Israelis don't dehumanize Arabs. Yes or no?
I'm a rational thought.
There are extremists who do that, and it's unfortunate, and it makes all Jews look bad. They're extremists. Do the mainstream Jews do that? Absolutely fucking not.
So you're saying mainstream Arabs do that and not extremists? So you're saying all Arabs are
no, that's not what I said. I said that no, that's not what I said. You said that. I said
I asked you if it was Muslim Arabs or the extremists.
You said the barbaric. I said so they teach mainstream education in Palestine teaches. Yes, that is proven. There are textbooks. You can look it up.
And Jews don't teach that about it.
No, they do not. In the schools, you out of your mind? Look at an Israeli textbook.
I don't know. But I do know that Jews believe that they are the chosen people. And that in itself is supremacist. If you think that everybody else is if I'm saying to you, I don't care what the Christians think the same thing, Muslims think the same thing. My point is, if you perceive your Judaism as superior to other people, it starts there. This is why I'm an atheist. I don't believe in none of it.
It's not the same as teaching children.
Absolutely, it is.
It's not the same as teaching children.
On a base, it absolutely is. It teaches people to look down on everybody that is not within your religion. And that's where it starts in childhood. Here's a clip. Okay, wait, let's see. Okay, let's see.
You can always find videos of people.
But you can find it the other way, either both sides.
Well, we were saying that everybody on both sides has that.
I'm saying that when you see those are extremists, and when you see it on the Palestinian side, that is the mainstream. It is so.
That is the most racist thing. That is the most racist. Let me respond.
I have seen the textbooks. No, I am not.
You equating all Palestinians with one single statement is the actual definition of bigotry.
I have seen
you've seen every single Palestinian kid say this. But for Israel, it's the extremists. You're racist, you're disingenuous, you're ignorant, and you have no basis to your statements. And that's why you're trying to invoke emotion out of people by bringing up the.
I think there is some bad things, but listen, Israelis say that Palestinians don't even exist. Okay, that's the thing. Like on the textbook, we're saying, oh, we're teaching our kids this is bad. We're teaching them to hate Jews.
They try to take away our
They tell Palestinians that they're not even people.
Palestinians say there's no such thing as an innocent Israeli. They say there's no such thing as an innocent
because they all serve in the military.
There's no such thing as an Israeli civilian. They say that they all should be murdered. That is fucking crazy.
You're right. No one should be murdered.
Crazy.
Now check it out. Thank you guys for coming. Because I gotta get the fuck up out of here. No, thank you guys for coming. I'm glad we had this discussion. Everybody got to say their piece. I am pro humanity. Fuck the bullshit.
Don't
That's
shoot.
why we wanted to come.
It's me. Don't
because
shoot.
We were like,
We don't know
It's
enough
me,
about
Snake.
we don't know. I don't
How'd you
know
get
a lot.
here?
I don't want to.
It wasn't as dramatic as your entrance,
I've
believe me.
heard it since I was
I'm
little.
afraid of
I mean,
heights.
but Jude,
You were
all I
watching?
know is what
Yeah,
I
I
worry
was
about is
watching.
our folks mostly, but I care about
was
everybody.
riding in the back
but
of
I
their
know what the
truck.
fuck we gotta go through all
Thanks
the
to
time.
the stealth
At least when y'all
camouflage.
leave, you might not
How
get
did you
stopped
get
by
up
the
here?
cops.
The elevator, of course.
Tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
The first floor of the
That's why we
circular
brought you
staircase
all
was
on here because we
destroyed.
love
That's why I took the elevator.
You're
The
our
elevator was
friends.
working?
We love you,
Yeah, that's
motherfuckers,
right.
period. And even if you guys have a little bit of, that's all right. Good things. Nothing wrong with
You're
standing up for who the
incredible.
fuck you represent. There's nothing
Like a
wrong with
movie
that. But I
hero or
wanted to
something.
hear it from people who are more knowledgeable about it. So that's why I wanted to know,
wrong.
because if I say the
In
wrong
the
thing,
movies,
I'm
the
fucking
hero
dead.
always
You know that,
saves
right?
the
Go
girl.
ahead. And you just see black.
mean
You
the
know
girl?
what the fuck you're talking about. You motherfucker. You know what I mean? But I
Forget I said
appreciate you
anything.
coming because you don't really see
Snake,
somebody
there's something
from
I've really got to
your
ask you.
side speaking
It's why I
against.
followed you up this
You
far.
know,
There's a lot more coming out. If not now, Jude breaking the silence. Even Bits the Lamb,
Have you ever
an Israeli organization.
loved someone?
That's what you came to ask?
No, I was wondering if any soldiers followed.
What are you trying to say?
I want to ask you,
That's why we're talking.
do you think love can bloom even on a battlefield?
Yeah,
I want fairness
I do.
for everybody. Just coming
I
from
think
our
at any
perspective,
time,
I want fairness
any
for everybody.
place,
Justice is what I
people
want.
can fall in
And
love
I know
with
it
each
sounds
other.
corny, but that's what I want. That's the purpose of having this, to be able to talk,
If you love
especially as
someone,
entertainers.
you have to be able to
After this shit,
protect
we're all
them.
gonna be on stage telling jokes to motherfuckers. That's what we do. You know
I have
what
a
I mean?
favorite
So we're not
artist.
getting bombed or shot.
I work
Right?
in music.
Some of you may bomb.
I told you before I don't want to hurt anyone.
But yo, if we can have
I don't
another
want you
come
to
back
either.
together again and have another discussion.
The elevator is stopped down there.
Yeah, because this ain't
I
gonna
want
be
you to
over.
get it to
It's
where
not gonna be
you
over in the next. So we'll let it go
You
in
see,
a couple weeks. We'll come back.
That's
and see
weird.
and come back
It was
and do this
working
shit again.
before,
This
but
was
now it isn't.
amazing.
Maybe the
Where can they
panel's
find
broken.
you there?
Can you fix it?
It was working before.
Nina,
If it's the mechanism, leave
I
it to
would
me.
invite you guys to my flight, but it's sold out.
I've got to
so.
go and swat a nose and fly.
Okay, I'll stay here and hold the fort. Good luck.
You really look like hell. Are you okay?
Don't worry.
Niggas are, they gonna find
If
me.
I do this, it doesn't matter. I just pretend like I'm not here, and then I'm not scared.
Strange logic. I'm counting on you.
Awesome. And me, Instagram comedian Godfrey. And you guys subscribe to it, Godfrey We Trust. He did a special Monday edition. You know, because if we're on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern, Godfrey We Trust. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Gas Digital Network with Godfrey 30. You get 30 days for free. And yeah, man, check me out at Cleveland Improv this week, the 20th and 21st, Cleveland Improv, and then it's DC Improv, the 26th to the 30th, Washington, D.C., and Toledo, Ohio, Funny Bone, November. And go to mygodfreylive.com. Leave your email address, because I'm trying to build a database. Leave your email addresses on mygodfreylive.com website, so you'll know where the fuck I'm going to be. Here I am. That's for the rest of the year. Yes, this has been fantastic, everybody. Thank you for this discussion. This is lovely. I like it.
We did have some super chats.
What was the super chat?
There was a few from Zulu, and Corey Silva also did a few totaling, I believe, $70.
Okay, thank you. Zulu. What did they say? What did they say?
Just various support of each other, of the conversation.
Okay, they were listening, going back and forth. Yeah, because it's a tough subject. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's really historical shit. You gotta really read about your shit. You know what I mean? It's yeah. But I appreciate everybody and their knowledge and enlightening us to actually do more reading and do more studying about it, because it's a tough conversation and emotions are high as shit. That's what we're talking. So, but I'd love to do a part 2. That'd be great. Just a little wait, maybe next month or something. Wait for part 2, huh?
Sounds good. And I hope everybody out there will be safe in Palestine.
No doubt. And yes, that would be beautiful to see what's coming. That would be great. You know, that's all we can say from this. You're just some fucking dumb comedians. All right, guys. This has been great. All right. Peace. We out. Thank you. Thank you. God. Let's thank you for
finally come out with this poem. Are you ready now, my brother?
Why are you calling me brother? Who the hell are you?
I'm you. I'm your shadow.
What?
The father of I'll send you to hell to meet him.
What?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm in a bad mood today. Wembanyama as he did not play a lot of things out early. Had a good fourth quarter though. Again, unimpressive. They almost won the game, but they didn't. Had the Mavericks get the win, but the Wembanyama era has begun. I've heard this stuff him hit very late in the play, and he wasn't yeah, it was like, this is a rookie average, and he played basketball, and he was very soft. And I would say this, if you have 9 points, you have to get 5 rebounds in a basketball game. Besides the point guards, they get 5 rebounds in a basketball game. Real quick, you said that earlier, you got to have more field goals for the first half. They're not over the ball. Make sure you guys play ball the opposite of hey, I got lots of football coming away here on Thursday for the big game tonight. With Bill, we also have Rob Manfred.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code TIME to win. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code TIME to win. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Blue Hill Casino and Resort KS, licensed partner Golden Nugget Link Terminal, LA. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in ONT. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms for eligibility and non-restrictions.
Dallas Cowboys. You know, someone should tell him. Let me hear what he said first before I give you my comment on it. Here's Micah Parsons. Now, to be fair, the reporter knows what he's doing here, and the reporter sets him up to go off on the national media. So look at this little situation yesterday with Micah Parsons. Go ahead, guys.
That's a big, I'm doing a big part. So really trying to take this and still my cards and move on. They know exactly what I see.
have character for him. And B, for me, it's a real turn-off. I have to like.
Well, it's one of those things where you think great week 1, you think great week 2, there's all this buzz about it, but in the 49ers game, he didn't exist. And against the Chargers, he did make one play on the third down, that final drive. He made a play. But he made one play. Yeah, I need to see that celebration that he has because the bear crawl. Yeah, I saw it week 1, week 2, week 3. I'm not saying it, but that's it right there. Right? Like, you talk about all the impact plays on people. They show up week after week, pop up and say, it's about TJ Watt. Second half. But overall, this is where he's supposed to money to stop right there. You're right. In the last 4 weeks, we've celebrated the great defensive performance by guys like Watt, guys like Gallo, right? And I can remember the last time he showed you a Mike Parsons highlight here in the last 5 weeks, right? He got 2 sacks. He barely has any tackles along. He's not getting that face pressure. He's 3 points in that field, and he's barely out there. And attack what I do for a living. I've got a very powerful microphone. I'm going to attack you all day, every day, until I get my pass. Yeah, but you have that, right? It's called business. Right. It's the way it's well thing. And I'm great. The better he does, the cowboy has. Shut everybody up, right? And that's what he has to understand. Like the thumb. So where to be good at it, but you stay, let's say, I'm just sorry. Favorite, it is at home. They are all
that takes care of the cremation.
They got him a body, but they're 100% right. Stafford is not laying down for anybody in this office isn't laying down for anybody. They can for the most part, it holds up until they can't, right? So if you're down the Cowboys, coming on the body, you can't win. You got to come out hot. You cannot let the
Snake, the elevator's working.
You fixed it?
No, that's the weird thing. It just moved by itself. It's headed your way now.
Is that so? Okay.
That explosion before, what was it?
Oh, I had to take out that helicopter.
Helicopter? That's incredible, Snake.
Listen, I just want to make sure again. This is the way to get to where Metal Gear is being stored?
Yeah. The entrance to the underground maintenance base is towards the back of the snowfield ahead.
Okay. Find a safe place to hide out for a while. I'm going underground.
I know. You don't have to tell me.
And stay out of my way. Don't try to be a hero or anything.
Okay. Call me if you need to.
Cowboys beat bad teams. The good teams. Yeah. Chargers up there, middling team beat them. Yeah, this is another middling team. The Rams are dangerous. They need.
Yeah, I do give the Cowboys credit. You know, the Chargers, especially because that offense can't score. I don't want to undersell what the Cowboys did coming off the loss in San Francisco. I thought that was a huge win for the Dallas Cowboys, especially going into the bye week and having this game. Plus, you look at the Cowboys schedule, there's some huge games coming up after this weekend, which is why they have to win this game against the Rams. From a Rams standpoint, if you're trying to salvage your season and stay alive for a wild card, flip the script. They got to win this game, so it's a huge game, and I look forward to seeing it on Fox, of course, on Sunday afternoon. Speaking of big games, one could argue that the biggest game of all is Cincinnati at San Francisco. Hang on 1 second. The MVP of the league isn't playing in this game. It's Sam Darnold instead. We'll get into it right after this. Real quick before we get to personal football, I do want to acknowledge that a lot of teams played their first NBA game last night. That includes the Indiana Pacers and Bruce Brown and Halliburton and Obi Toppin now on Pacer. And I know there's not a lot to do in Indiana. I know that for a fact, and I can back that statement up. Because I'm going to show you a video now of the Pacers' #1 fan, and there's no words for it. So I'm just going to let him play itself. Play boys. Here's the guy excited for basketball. Oh. Yeah. That guy right there. Do we have video of that? There we Yeah, I was sure we could have the point. Yeah, as the great Rick James said.
What can I do for you, Snake?
Basketball is back, so that guy's enjoying it. Good for him. Football's our focus, though, on this show, as you know, this time of year. So
don't forget to save your medal.
First down, first football. Huge game on Sunday. The 49ers host the Bengals, and Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. We've talked about his health since the summer, and he spoke about it in advance of the game. Here is what Joe Burrow said.
It would have been better a couple weeks earlier. I felt pretty good after last week, health-wise. So it's just an extra week to get healthy, feeling good, feeling 100%.
So he feels 100%, and also our friend, your MVP coordinator, Brock. Yeah. Brock Purdy. He is in a concussion protocol. Yeah, so upset brewing. No, I think Sam Francisco won this game handily. Even with Sam Darnold quarterback, so there's a lot to break down in this game. Let's start with what you started with, which is Cincinnati off the bye with Joe Burrow saying I feel 100%. That's well and good. If you take out the Cardinal game, you have close to 100%. And that's the only game this year that the Bengal offense has looked like the Bengal offense of the last couple of years. Now you're going up against a defense that's the best defense you've probably seen all year, not known as the Cleveland Browns. And what is the Bengal offense going to look like? Because even without Brock Purdy, that doesn't change what San Fran does defensively. And you've got them coming off back-to-back losses and an embarrassing performance for them a couple days ago against the Minnesota Vikings.
Snake, there's something I forgot to tell you before.
What?
There were 5 stealth camouflage prototypes in my lab.
Yeah, so?
If you take out the one I'm wearing, that leaves 4.
Hey, this isn't first grade math class.
I thought I'd get one for you. So I went back to the lab and...
Yeah?
The 4 suits were missing. Also, about the elevator that I checked out, it's really strange. It was like someone was intentionally holding it.
When you were riding on it, did the weight limit warning go off?
That's another thing that bothered me about it. The warning went off, and I know I couldn't be over the limit.
How much do you weigh?
About 135, but that elevator had a weight limit of 650 pounds.
It would take at least 5 people to go over that limit.
Look out, Snake! The guys who stole my stealth prototypes are in there with you!
My concern is...
Too late, Snake! Now die!
In Minnesota, where they so far the concussion that we believe took place on one of 2 quarterback seats prior to the late interception by Brock Purdy. And what that ultimately does is I can't answer that, you can. You lived in locker room, but that's my concern that San Fran has to win this game. I think the argument for Cincinnati. From the point goes back to the situation. You know, San Fran goes to the right straight. Is Cincinnati really well? Are they back being Cincinnati Bengals? My only concern on the side, outside of course Sam Darnold making his first start in a long time, is how do players react to the reality that the team did not protect their young franchise quarterback?
Well, the issue is you got to be able to wear these lockers.
you got to actually have Sam Darnold, right? Because what Brock Purdy has done thus far, he's been able to deliver. Like you talk about the bad interception. One, he tried to throw a guy over, the other one leads him being a bad football player, throwing into a bad substance. So overall, he's been their guy. Sam Darnold hasn't proven that yet in the league. Yeah. Right? They work out in New York and they work out in Carolina. Now you're bringing a veteran quarterback. Nobody really has a lot of trust in him. And you're going to use an all-world quarterback with Joe Burrow. But if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals right now, I'm Joe Burrow. You say you're 100% healthy. I got to see the legs again. I got to see you be able to make plays, extend plays with your legs. I got to see you deliver the football all the time with your legs. So there's a lot of things we have to see if you're telling the world done.
So to answer that question, look, it would not shock me if Cincinnati plays a great game and they win. I don't know if it's a major upset. I know the point you're trying to say that they are underdogs, rightfully so, playing in San Francisco. But this is a pretty easy matchup. And I would assume San Francisco. We have techniques down, and we have a matchup between the two. What? That matchup, defensive lineman John Brandon Myers talked about the quote-unquote rivalry, kind of downplayed it. Here he is.
You have to be a rivalry in the same city. You got to be this big brother, little brother, whatever that is. But at the end of the day, shit, I want to be the winner. So I don't give a about no big brother, little brother, small, medium, large. I don't care about none of that. I want to win.
So, they played in the preseason. Yeah. You've played in this game before. You traveled to this game. Yeah, you guys can see, man. I was on the sideline one time, and me and Dior, I have to have no reason to play those. Yeah, you guys.
You know what pissed me off about that play? The ref heard me cursing, right? I was saying something Christian like this. And then the ref looked at me like he never heard cursing words out of his dope. And so he was like, oh, you shouldn't be over here. You can do the flag. And that the second part, when I looked at Todd Bowles, and he realized that I'm the one that caused that flag, yeah, he turned it to Satan himself. He wanted to set me on fire. And I'm here, right? So I shouldn't even be there, right? I should be somewhere else. I caused you cost us the game. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Because the next play, Bilal Powell backed me up. I got the hell on it. The next play, Bilal Powell was what was your best play? I was street close getting up in the yard. Now, look, it's not a rivalry amongst the guys. It's a rivalry amongst the fans and the owners. Yeah. Remember, the Jets and Giants co-opted the stadium. Neither guy wanted to spend the entire bill on a new stadium, so they both spent money to build the stadium together, which neither fan base has ever liked. But this is more about the fans. This is about you and your neighbor, you and the guy who's next to you. Bragging rights for the next 4 years. This is also what ended Mark Sanchez's career as the New York Jets quarterback when Rex Ryan decided, I want to beat the Giants in a preseason game. This ain't got nothing to do with anything but the fan base. Now, break the game down real quick. The New York Jets are light years better than the New York Giants. This game should not be competitive. And I know a lot of people are talking about, the winner of this game keeps their season alive. The New York Giants stink. They're a bad football team on both sides of the ball, and they can no longer trust Gano like a year ago to make every kick he can. The New York Jets should win this game by double digits, and anything less than that, frankly, is unacceptable. But isn't there a level of pressure?
Snake, are you okay? Otacon, were there any other stealth prototypes? No, there were only 5. So, this isn't stealth camouflage then. What are you talking about?
Someone's aiming at me in the middle of this blizzard.
It's her!
Wolf? Sniper Wolf?
Yes, it's her. It's definitely her.
Otacon, you sound like you're happy.
No, I'm not.
So then what is it?
Snake, please don't kill her.
Are you insane?
Please. She's a good person. You'd know that if you talked to her.
Listen to me, kid. She's a merciless killer.
I can see perfectly clear.
On his own 15, and I gotta worry about, are we
I never quit the hunt. Liar, liar.
Wolf, no, you can't.
Don't get between a wolf and its prey.
You're pretty good if you can hit me in this storm.
You see, women naturally make better soldiers.
Wolf, don't do this.
Snake, I'm near. Can't you sense me near you?
It's a mistake for a sniper to reveal our location.
Is that right? Well, I'm going to send you a love letter, my dear. Do you know what that is? It's a bullet straight from my gun to your heart.
Please, Wolf. Snake, no!
Quiet! Don't get in our way.
Now I'm gonna pay you back for Meryl.
You men are so weak. You can never finish what you start.
In advance of their game against the Seahawks, with a rotator cuff injury, if you are a Browns fan, how do you feel about the Sean Watson race? I'm upset with him, but I'm not upset with the decision. Because I want to talk about using P.J. Walker as my quarterback in the last 2 weeks. And, one big game to keep my season alive and my playoff hopes alive. The reality is that I know Walker is not going to light the world on fire. He's not a guy you're going to win a Super Bowl with. But with that great defense, I also don't need an all-over quarterback right now at the moment. From the other side of it, as a Browns fan, I'm crushed. And I'm crushed because when Myron went out and gave Deshaun Watson that ridiculous contract, I thought I finally had a franchise quarterback. And if you go, no joke, you just have to exercise. Maybe the guy that says give it for you later in the show. Go to Wikipedia, or the guy's quarterback, or the coach. How about you play this? Give like 9 great quarterback. I feel terrible for Browns fans. We thought Browns fans, right? That we finally had a franchise quarterback, and you can lead us to the playoffs and beyond because I got the badass defense. All I needed was a legitimate top 10 quarterback. And let's be fair about it. Deshaun Watson is a shell of the guy he was as a player in Houston. We all gave him a pass in 6 games last year because he hadn't played football in 2 years. But this year was the year where we expected to see Deshaun Watson play at a very high level. And let's be honest, he got snake. I know the shoulder's not 100%. I can accept that. And I know a rotator cuff injury makes it very hard to throw a football, right? But the reality is that he got benched last Sunday because he was 1 for 5 with really 2 interceptions, only got credit for 1. And Kevin Stefanski said, I ain't doing it. I'm not going to just have blind loyalty than a guy that's not done anything for me. Now, is he hurt? I accept the fact that his shoulder's not 100%. But I don't think that they take a big step backwards by having P.J. Walker start for him because he's effective.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you're a Brown fan, this feels like you actually pay for that PlayStation on Christmas. You open the box, you got your socks. Bro, like, it's the whole waiting for that quarterback. Why are you like, Deshaun Watson is delivered to be the savior of the franchise. They both had defense. They both had a stellar roster. He was a missing piece, and thus far, put on the table. He does it.
I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Good job upstairs. Here's the Wikipedia page of Cleveland Browns quarterback. You just scroll. There's like, I'm not kidding. It's like 93 quarterbacks since Bernie Blancar was their franchise quarterback. And on and on and on. You can figure out the tree now. Deshaun Watson was supposed to represent, that last piece. Because they've done a great job building the rest of the team out, right? And they just needed that quarterback. And to me, this is as much in benching as it is anything about his shoulder. And I applaud Kevin Stefanski. Look, his job's on the line. He's on the hot seat, believe it, as much as Staley is in there with the Chargers. And I'm not going to go down with the guy that sees the fire or won't pick up the extinguisher. So I'm putting it out because I want to go win football games. And I've got a responsibility to the other guys in that locker room that I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to curry favor to Deshaun Watson. He gets the money regardless. So I'm going to go out and try to win football games. And I applaud the Browns for doing it. All right, we got much more football coming up. Trevor Lawrence is talking a lot of smack. And I've got a real personal problem with a local bodega here in New York City. Oh, no! Sports related. And this reminder as well. It's a real problem. And Rob Manfred, MLB Commissioner, joining us in a little bit right here to talk World Series on that David Jacoby? Yeah, that's really smart right there.
Oh,
Flash from Earth to the George. Real quick, I don't know where you guys live, but I had my local bodega 4 o'clock this morning, and I live in New York City. Some guy was playing to be lying. The only Russell I can get is Jason Tatum's picture on it. Oh, after the Celtics beat the Knicks last night, I don't want Jason Tatum on my Ruffles. So then I decided, you know what? Maybe I'll just get some Doritos for breakfast, right? I got the Jets and Giants playing football here in New York. That's right. Why would I have to see Travis Kelce on my Doritos at the New York City bodega? Not a single Nick, not a single net, not a single jet, not a single giant. I mean, at least it's a breakfast. Oh shit, you think smack? Well, all right. I guess going up the camera without these on the Doritos. Nope. Doritos in the back. I was very positive before the podcast this morning. Yeah. Now, Willie. Yeah. Let's get back to the NFL now. Trevor Lawrence, of course. The Jaguars, quietly enough, have won 4 consecutive games now after a slow start. And Trevor Lawrence getting ready to play the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Amazingly, a road favorite in this game. And Trevor Lawrence said, oh yeah, we're keeping receipts. Listen to this.
I think it's good to have a little emotion and remember kind of things people say. And don't forget it when people are backtracking in a few weeks or in this season, whatever it is. So that's all.
So you are keeping receipts.
Snake.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody does a little bit. Maybe some more than others. You know, others more than me probably. But definitely.
Yeah, look, he's right. We all do it. I don't care what you do for a living. If someone takes a shot at you, you remember it. And if you can ever overcome it, you want to rub it right in their face. So he's not saying anything bad at all there. It's really, easy peasy. Here's what's interesting about this game. It's a football game, right? Yeah. And if you had told me, back in August that Week 8, Jaguars Steelers was going to count for something, I might have said, well, not. But it is, because you have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They won 4 out of 5. You got the Jaguars. They won 4 in a row, and have righted their season a lot earlier than they did last year. And I still don't think, Willie, and I'm sorry to say it, that the Steelers are a very good team. And I'm saying that more honest than the offense side of the ball than defense. And it's one of those things where I don't know how Mike Tomlin does it, but I'm going to pick against Pittsburgh every week because I just don't I can't figure out how they keep winning games when I know in my heart that they're not very good.
Yeah, my mom used to say a hard name is right? It's going to make the game on Sunday. The Steelers are a second half team. That's the problem. They don't do well in the first half. Kenny Pickett has better numbers than the second half. But overall, when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, man, the reason why he's so salty is we shouldn't talk about him like we talk about Murphy. He had just to be the guy who said he was going to be the end of the season. And he's talking about starting 1 or 2, a bad loss in KC. They have fumble issues. They have a horrible pass defense. And one thing that Steelers do really well is they have a quarterback. And right now they're struggling against rookies. But overall, Steelers are in charge. So if I'm Trevor Lawrence, don't have to see just don't. Because the pass rush is
we all care about who these teams are and what the vision there is. This is a much bigger game the way I see it. It's for Steelers than it is for the Jaguars, and here's why. The Jaguars are still in the division. I double-checked this morning. With the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts. You got that. I'm here for the show. And, of course, the Tennessee Titans. They're going to win the division no matter what. As great a year C.J. Stroud is having for D'Amico and the Texans, they're not there yet. And they're way ahead of schedule. So, I don't want to discount what Houston has already done being 3-3. But the flip side is the Pittsburgh Steelers are in the toughest division in all football as it speaks and sits right now. They have to match the Browns. They have to match the Ravens, who look like world beaters beating Detroit last week. And, of course, the resurgent Cincinnati Bengals. Jacksonville's going to absorb a loss in this game. Pittsburgh, they beat them. You're right. And you said it 2 times. I don't know how the Steelers win these games. I mean, I'm like, right? Their offense cannot lose the ball. Right? They go 3 and out, and then it comes to the 4th quarter. Touchdown. I don't understand it. Outside of DJ Watt, their defense is not that good. They are not a competitive team. And just like Trevor Lawrence, they should be and I predict that they will be under 500. I'm starting to sweat. They're a bad football team, and I can't
Well, I'm not worried about the bathroom. Take out the finish right there. My wallet is back. But overall,
there's also a reason why the Steelers are underdogs at home. That doesn't happen a lot. You go back in history, when the Steelers have a winning record and they're at home, they're almost always the favorite. They have a winning record, a couple games over 500. They've won 4 out of 5, and they are essentially a field goal underdog. That does not happen a lot.
I bet you Mike Thomas let them know.
I would think
you're an underdog in your own home, so they're thinking that first.
I think I might like pitching more Pittsburgh clubs all the time. I think there's something about them clubs that I love. I don't want to close to like December, but close in September and October. I don't know. Kenny Pickett's hands. Yeah, I think those clubs, maybe they make his hands bigger. I don't know what it is. Anyhow, it is Thursday. It's on at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and it's time once again for the Jaw.
Discovered at the base of the Mayan temple years ago, we have obtained a jar that has the supernatural power to make proclamations. We are now at the mercy of the
All right. Are you guys ready to rock?
I don't want no smoke out of the jar.
All right, 30 ounces. Sorry for that. Fred's going to make changes right. All right, here we go. The jar is open. Let's see what the jar has to say. Okay, here we go. The very first thing out of the jar. Are you guys ready? No. Are you ready for it? All right. Willie's never ready for it. And don't beat my jar up. The jar says Deshaun Watson's benching has nothing at all to do with a shoulder injury. He has been benched.
Yeah, he ain't gonna have to bench much bad last right now. I'm talking once about the DJ Walker, but he's not with that badass team.
And isn't it interesting that during after the game last week, Stefanski said reached out for his open to protect him. Now it's like his shoulder's done. He can't practice this week. He got benched.
No, we decided to protect my job. But what it really meant. Yeah, that's what he meant. Yeah.
No, we decided to protect my job. Yeah. I really like being an NFL head coach. Keep that job. So we decided we're going to keep it. All right, number 2 out of the jar. It says right here, Micah Parsons has become a better podcaster than football player. Oh, the jar taking shots.
Yeah, he's a better reality star than football player. Right? And I hate it. When I talk about this box that,
that podcast radio is not nice.
There's no argument when I was in Jerry. Yeah. Get on it. And it's a friend of mine like Zach Mark everything when you're an edge rusher, but he hasn't been using technical logic.
No, yeah, like you said, he had 2 great weeks, but since then, his production from the statistical standpoint has really fallen off. But to be fair, he's got 3 top 5 podcasts.
Number 1 podcast, The Card Show, is available wherever you can.
That's pretty good. All right. Number 3 out of the jar. Let's see. It's not you. If Kansas City played in the AFC North, they'd be just another team. I kind of like that because when you consider the fact that they won 8 straight, I think they're AFC West champions division title, and the Raiders taking the Chargers on in prime time, and we know about the Broncos failures. If you take them to play, the Ravens feud around the division twice each year. I'm not saying they'd just be another team, but they would not be 6-1. Hey, that's the difference in line and
You might call it cheap, but fuck.
I agree with the jar here, because the AFC North, they'll just drag you into the mud. And the Chiefs don't have mud boots. Like, they got clean white shoes.
You know what I mean? They don't have it. You want to talk about this right now?
I waited for this moment. I am a sniper. Waiting is my job. Never moving a muscle.
And then I think week 14 is the Thanksgiving game, right? And then it's
I am long shot. You cannot save me. Please. Just finish me quick. I am a curved. I have always dreamed of a peaceful place like this.
Good. So that's why you're called Wolf.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. That happens an easy way to make picks happen. That's by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Florida, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. It will also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. Of course, I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Cam and Biggs.
And find a few more of my family and friends dead beside
I feel better. I'm wearing Skims.
And pray.
Yo, my belly's actually feeling a little better.
Government
shirt is wild tight, yo.
You got Skims on for real.
I was just learning yesterday.
It's a tank top. It's a tank top. Somebody sent it to me.
He took me away
from a white beater.
Skims white beater.
I got a regular old white beater. My Skims.
Well, we gotta talk about NBA opening night. The Nuggets swept the Lakers 1-9.
Now I could see more. Not from inside.
Not gonna say y'all called it, but
why did you say swept?
Swept. We swept.
What do you mean by swept?
They swept them.
Okay, that's a new slang. Usually a sweep means in a series that you beat somebody 4-0, so that's why Mace probably asked you that.
Yeah, that made it was a no contest. I mean, this is nothing new. We predicted this, that, you know, that it went exactly the way I thought it would go. Actually, when you think about the joke of having a triple double, he had 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists. And he partied all summer. So imagine the amount of balls he could have had if he didn't party all summer. This is like, yo, I do what I want to do when I want to do it, no matter who's guarding me. So this is even more disrespectful when somebody just party all summer and then come in and get a triple double. That's crazy. And LeBron had exactly what we thought. I think we met our underdog fantasy with that call, that LeBron would do exactly what he did. But then when you think of Jamal Murray, he showed up 21, 6 points. But I think it was the Pope guy. He showed up.
Solitary.
He showed up and made the difference to me. And I think the Lakers, this is a preview for what's to come. They're going to be good enough, but they won't beat Denver. And now it's looking like they won't beat the Suns. But what you guys say about that, Killer? Because that's what I saw.
Well, Anthony Davis, he had 17 points in the first half. They went in the locker room at halftime, and this is what happened. And we're back. The fuck going on at halftime in the fucking locker rooms, man? How the fuck you have 17 points in the first half and 0 points in the whole fucking second half, man? What the fuck was you doing at halftime, bro? What the fuck? Not dead ass, yo. Seriously, man. The nigga, I watched the game. The nigga set it off with a dunk. I said, okay. But then the Joker came down. behind the back.
Yeah.
Floaties, I said, fucking God, nah, this is crazy. This nigga is nice. This nigga's nice. Then a few plays later, Anthony Davis scores. Joker comes down, misses, gets the rebound. If it goes on Anthony Davis, I said, listen, bro, niggas cannot fuck with this kid, man. The Joker is a problem. Let me look in the camera. Let me look real quick, cause Ohio, listen, Rich Paul, Rich. We know what you do. You score. You do what you're supposed to do. Please, Rich, and I know Rich gonna hit me. If it may, he may hit me, he may not. Did you see the look of disgust after the game on LeBron James' face? That looked like 81 more games. That really looked like, yo, how many more times we gotta play Denver? Because this doesn't look like it was even gonna be close. LeBron, I feel your pain. I knew what you was trying to do psychologically when you said, we gonna hand the team over. Yeah, we gonna that'll put the battery in his back doors to make sure we know it's his team.
Why?
It's not his team, LeBron. You know I love you. You know you my guy. And I know what you're trying to do, but it's not his team.
We're out of time.
As long as the Joker's around, it won't be his team. And the sad part is this. Joker's 28.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. That's the real sad part.
That's the saddest part about this whole shit.
Yeah.
This is at least 7 more years of dominance. And I'm not saying he can't play longer than that. I'm talking about at least 5 to 7 years of.
You can leave anytime.
He's gonna get better, boss. He's gonna get better.
This is what I'm gonna do. And it's nothing Anthony Davis or anybody else could do
and
about it.
And I'll party if I want to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the real disrespect. We saw all summer how hard he was partying. And for him to show up like this, this is like I
what
said.
Am I fighting for?
I don't matter what I do, I'm better than him.
If we make it through this,
exactly. So Rich Paul, I know you had hit me, and you was like, I was a little hard on AD. Pause. This is why. This is exactly why.
I'll be searching too.
This was a foregone conclusion that I don't know what it is, and I'm not saying AD isn't working out. I'm not saying AD wasn't, practicing new moves. I have no idea what AD.
Hey, Shorty Low, I get the rest of the burritos.
But this is why we said this the other day, and you're gonna go home.
Well, probably be about three for sure.
AD's biggest flex this summer was what you did. The contract extension, knowing he can't fuck with the Joker. You really that nigga. Like, Rich Paul, you're really that nigga. For real, because you went and got that nigga that brand. Like, I think it's $186 million. 3 years extension. That's $60 million a year. You that nigga, bro. And that's what us Ohio niggas do. Can't count on somebody else to do what you do. So
he from Chicago, that don't count.
Chicago, my nigga, don't get me wrong. I used to,
he is from Chicago.
Don't forget the shadow. That's how the song go. Don't forget the shadow.
Don't forget the shadow.
But it's just something, and them Chicago niggas is tough. They got, we was Googling yesterday because we was trying to see where the most NBA players come from over the years, and I thought it was actually Chicago. That was what I thought, and Bob thought it was Seattle. They got a lot of people, but it's actually fucking California has the most NBA players ever. Like, fucking wow. It was crazy when we actually looked at the fucking list. It was like, oh shit, niggas who still playing now is crazy. You got Paul George, Kawhi, Russell Westbrook. Them California niggas loaded. But listen, man, LeBron, I feel for you. This looks like it's going to be a long road ahead. The way that Denver played last night was fucking crazy. And they look like they're on the road to going back in the championship. It looked like they like that ring ceremony. Yeah. I see niggas glazing the drink. Like, okay, this is what it's about. And
you start having niggas that come off the bench, come to the game in shades.
Yeah, exactly. They look like they like that. They like that ring ceremony, So, they look good yesterday. They look really good, and.
But you don't think to AD's defense? Let's just, for time's sake, talk about it. If he has 17 points in the first half, do you think he needed more balls touches to have a better game? He didn't have as many touches in the second half.
They said they're giving him the team. He should demand the basketball.
I knew you was going to say that.
It's my team.
Yeah.
Yo, it's my team.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
It's my team, nigga. Don't it, nigga?
AD, you got to look at LeBron and tell him it's your team. Give me the ball. I had 17 in the first half. We're going to just put this out there just for you, you know. It's my team. Give me the ball. I showed up in the first half like I told you. Now give me the rock. Because if you don't give me the rock, then you set me up to blame me.
Another thing is this, man. They're giving all this praise to a lot of people like Austin Reeves. All the Lakers did about Pelinka. They did it.
Did a hell of a job.
Did a hell of a job in
until ring ceremony.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's all I was thinking.
It did not look good last night, and LeBron looked at like it's going to be a problem because look, you got Phoenix.
Yeah.
You got Sacramento. We don't know what Dallas is going to do. We got Memphis. We got Golden State. Yep, and we do not know what. And now we talk about the West. We didn't even talk about in the city.
Yeah.
If everybody's healthy with the Clippers, Mike got a problem with the Clippers. If everybody remains healthy over there.
This is not a good start. And especially you want it to come down to the wire. If you're playing a team that you can even live with that. We were on the road. We got off to a good start. All of that you can say. But if you lose close, then you can say we're in the hunt.
Yeah.
You didn't even have that conversation.
Right.
But that was just